This is Matthew Reese with Primetime Sports. I'm at the Duncanville Fieldhouse on day 2 of the Dallas TipOff Classic, and sitting with me right now is Dairus Coleman of the Dallas Mustangs 17U program. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well.
Great.
So this is day 2. Team's a little tired. How are you guys doing today?
We're actually doing really well. The kids are tired, but they're used to playing, multiple games in a day. So we have to get ready for the live period with the college coaches. So this is a great tune-up for us.
What are your thoughts so far on the TipOff Classic with the level of competition that you faced so far?
I think it's been pretty good. It's been a good level for us to, come out and compete and have good competition. And it gives us a measuring stick to see where we are as a team. So I think it's great.
Is this your first tournament of the year?
No, it's actually our second tournament.
Second. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think your team has improved from the first tournament to the second tournament?
Absolutely. I feel like from the first weekend that we played to now, they've shown a lot of improvement since then.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your involvement with Dallas Mustangs. How long have you been there, and what's the experience been like for you?
Well, actually, I had my own program, which was Lone Star Elite, and I sat down with the director of the Mustangs, Tony Johnson, and we felt like coming together would, serve the community here in Dallas and the kids better as far as a national team, which they have a long history, national and locally. So, we just went over to enhance, what they already have going. And it's been great so far. The kids have responded well. It was a little adjustment from, Lone Star to the Mustangs, but it's basketball. So at the end of the day, we just changed names,
Mm-hmm. So as a coach, what do you try to teach these kids about basketball, about the game of life? When they leave your program, what lessons do you want them to take with them?
Well, I'm an ambassador in the community. I'm really strong in my faith at church. So for me, it's more about giving the kids an opportunity to learn life lessons through a game. The game is something that they love. It's something that I love to coach, but it also prepares them for real life. When I played in college, in high school or whatnot, it was a game for me, but afterwards, I realized that, it prepares you for getting up, going to work in the morning, just different things like that. So I try to translate the same things that it helped me with. So for the kids, I try to let them know, as a matter of fact, after our first game, I told them, hey, this is just a game. It's no different than chess or checkers. It's just a game that you guys love to play. So we're using the game as an avenue to get a free education and to advance you in life. But ultimately, we try to teach the kids that, the game, you owe the game certain responsibilities. And so we try to hold the kids accountable to help them go forward in life, no different than, a job or school, or whatnot. So we just try to use the game to educate the kids going forward as life lessons.
So what is your style, would you say, of play? When a team faces the Dallas Mustangs, what can they expect?
Well, we like to play a fast-paced transition basketball. I like smart, high IQ guys. Of course, we'll have a good flux of talent, but we try to mix talent with a high basketball IQ. So we want kids to be able to play fast and be able to play slow. We prefer fast, but if a team slows us down, we can think the game also. So we like to have a good balance. I don't like kids who are one-dimensional. We try to tell kids, hey, we need basketball players. If you're a basketball player, you can pass, you can shoot, you can dribble. So now we can move you anywhere we need to move you to. So that's what we like to do as a team. We like to get up and down the floor, play good defense, and at the end of the day, we'll see how we translate it.
In your opinion, you've been around the game for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
What is the one thing that youth basketball needs the most right now?
I think structure. I think structure, and because now, um, there's been a gap where accountability has lessened, and I think it's hurt the game some. So I think now we're getting back to a position where programs and coaches can hold kids and parents responsible, because it's been kind of a give and take. Everybody. The way I look at it is, I tell parents and kids, if I ask a kid, hey, do you want to play on the circuit? Of course they're ready, but ready doesn't mean prepared. So we have to get back to accountability, where if kids are on a top team and they travel nationally, then they need to be prepared to look like national kids. So all the kids want to be on the top team and get the exposure, but we have to hold them accountable so their game can show that they belong on that level. So I think we're getting back to that, just because at the end of the day, there's only so many scholarships available, and so the best kids will get those scholarships first. And so you have to show that if a college coach is willing to give you $160,000 over 4 years, that you're ready for that, versus any other kid around the country.
So the Dallas basketball community, it's incredibly talented, it's incredibly competitive, and there's always been kind of a stigma that nobody can really get along.
Right.
But what is a tournament like this when you have 4 or 5 of the biggest programs in the DFW area kind of coming together, working together to put on a big tournament like this and just compete at the highest level?
I think it's good. Again, I think we're getting back to that point. I used to tell my kids when I coached them, when I played in college, I didn't get along with all my teammates, but there was a common goal. And the common goal was for us to win. So that meant in between those lines, we did what we had to do for each other. And then outside of that, some may have differences or whatnot, but we learned to accept those and have a common ground. I think in the basketball community here in Dallas, ultimately, we're getting back to a point where, hey, we're just in the business of helping kids. And it's competitive, so we have to understand that there's going to be some competition. But all feelings aside, the common goal is help the kids, and I think the community now is embracing different programs and supporting each other.